When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. With this beautiful thought, a very good morning to all my dear students. I hope that you all are in good health. I, Shreya Jadhav, welcome you all to my e-learning channel. And today we are going to do English Grade 9 Chapter 4, A Truly Beautiful Mind. So, let us go through the theme of the story. Great men are not born with special signs. In their childhood days, they are also like common children, and their likes and dislikes are very much similar to them. Their parents also take care of them as normally parents do. Gradually, these children develop some specific virtues and become great men when they grow up. This story is about a genius, Albert Einstein, who was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm. His mother thought him to be a freak. His head seemed too large. He was not talking till he was 2.5. He played by himself and loved mechanical toys. He learned to play violin at 6. Once his headmaster told his father that he would be never successful at anything. Einstein was good at studies but left school for good. As he always clashed with teachers, he wished to continue his education in Switzerland. He was highly gifted in mathematics and physics. He decided to study at the University of Zurich after schooling. He found his fellow student Mileva Maric a clever creature. At the age of 21, Einstein worked as a technical assistant and finally secured a job of a technical expert. His famous papers of 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity. While he was solving problems in physics, his private life was unraveling. He wanted to marry Mileva, and finally he married her. But they could not live together, and finally the couple divorced in 1919. Later, Albert married his cousin the same year. Einstein published his general theory of relativity in 1915. The newspapers proclaimed his work as a scientific revolution. He received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921 and was lauded by the press all over the world. Einstein immigrated to US in 1933 when the Nazis came to power in Germany. 5 years later, the discovery of nuclear fission in Berlin had American physicists in an uproar. Many of them failed as Einstein had, and they were afraid that Nazis could build and use an atomic bomb. Einstein wrote a letter to Franklin D. Roosevelt, the American president, and warned him that a single nuclear bomb would make a mass destruction. But the Americans secretly developed an atomic bomb and dropped them on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Einstein was deeply shaken by the destruction caused by the atomic bombs. He proposed to the United Nations for forming a world government, but his letter made no impact. Over the next decade, he got involved in politics for an end to the arms buildup and campaigned peace and democracy. Einstein died in 1955 and the world celebrated him as a visionary and world citizen. So, here is the short summary of really great personality whom we are going to study in this amazing chapter, A Truly Beautiful Mind. And it is all about a genius, Albert Einstein. So, now let us go through the introduction for answer. Dear students, whenever you write down your answers for your examination purpose or test purpose, always keep in mind that you are supposed to start your answer with presentation. This creates a really great impact. So here it is. Prose name, A Truly Beautiful Mind. Author's name, it is not given over here, so we'll be putting it a blank over here, a dash. Genre, short story. Summary. This story is about the genius Albert Einstein. Great men are not born with special signs. These children develop some specific virtues and become great when they grow up. So now let us go through the reading and explanation of the chapter. Chapter 4. A Truly Beautiful Mind. Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. To her, his head seemed much too large. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. Einstein did not know what to do with other children, and his playmates called him Brother Boring. So the youngster played by himself. So here, Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in German city. Usually, at an early age, he was like other normal children only. And on the other way, his mother used to think that he was a freak and his head was too large. When by 2.5 years of age, Einstein was not able to speak anything. And when he started speaking, he spoke everything double. He would repeat it twice. And he was not interested in playing with other children and playmates, and they used to call him Brother Boring. So this young fellow used to play all by himself. Otto Neugebauer, the historian of ancient mathematics, told a story about the boy Einstein, that his characteristics as a legend, but that seems fairly authentic. As he was a late talker, his parents were worried. At last, the supper table one night, he broke his silence to say, "The soup is too hot," greatly revealed. His parents asked why he had never said a word before. Albert replied, "Because up to now everything was in order." So over here a small incident is also been put up, where for the first time on the supper table, Albert is saying that the soup is too hot. And when the parents asked that what was the reason that he never said anything, Albert replied, because everything was in proper order, so it was nothing more to say. Back to the chapter. Much of the time, he especially loved mechanical toys. Looking at his newborn sister, Maja, he is said to have said, Fine, but where are her wheels? A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he will never make a success at anything. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining the skill throughout his life. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old and scored good marks in almost every subject. Einstein hated the school's regimentation. He often clashed with his teachers. At the age of 15, Einstein felt so stifled that he left the school for good. So, over here, eventually, what happened? One fine day, he usually used to play with the mechanical toys. He was much interested in that. And one incident is been shared that once the headmaster told his father that Einstein would not do anything with his life good. He could never become successful at anything. So, when he was 6 years old, Einstein started playing violin because the mother wanted him to learn that skill. Albert was not that bad pupil, we can say, because he went to high school in Munich and over there the family moved. Along with the family, he used to stay over there. He scored good marks in almost all subjects, but still he hated that school order and discipline, which is at extreme level. He didn't like that sort of discipline and regulations. And he often used to have some sort of clash or a bit of raw with the teachers also. And at the age of 15, Einstein decided that now for him it was suffocating to stay over in the school. So he left the school for good. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan and left their son with relatives. After prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German-speaking Switzerland in a city which was more liberal than Munich. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and was interested in physics. And after finishing school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. But science wasn't the only subject that appealed to the dashing young man with walrus mustache. So over here, Albert's parents also moved to Milan and he was left with his relatives. Moreover to that, he continued his education in German-speaking Switzerland and the place was more liberal than Munich. Einstein, we can say, as we all know, that he was highly gifted in mathematics, but he was also interested in physics. So then he joined a university in Zurich and he said that science wasn't the only thing that appealed this young man because he looked extremely dashing in his young days. You have a photo over here. On the left hand side you can say Einstein in 1900 at the age of 21 and Einstein in 1955 as we remember him now. The two photographs are being presented over here. He also felt a special interest in a fellow student, Mileva Marek, whom he found to be a clever creature. This young Serb had come to Switzerland because the University of Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. Einstein saw in her an ally against the philanthropists, those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds. The couple fell in love. Letters survive in which they put their affection into words, mixing science with tenderness. Einstein wrote, "How happy and proud I should be when we both have brought our work on relativity to a victorious conclusion." So, over here, Einstein met a fellow student, Mileva Maric, and Einstein thought that she was a clever creature. Moreover to that, she was a Serb and she had came to Switzerland because it was very few of the university who would provide a degree to women also. And Einstein and they were having a really we can say friendly manners. Later on they fell in love and their love survived through letters in which there was mixing of science and tenderness. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. He worked as a teaching assistant, gave private lessons, and finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. While he was supposed to be assessing other people's invention, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. He is said to have jokingly called his desired desk drawer at work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. One of the famous papers of 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity, according to which time and distance are not absolute. Indeed, two perfectly accurate clocks will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after a journey. If one of them has been moving very fast relative to the other. From this followed the world's most famous formula, which describes the relationship between mass and energy, that is, E is equal to mc square. This is the mathematical equation. E stands for energy, m stands for mass, and c is for the speed of the light in vacuum. So over here in the year 1900, when he was 21 years old, Albert graduated from the university, but he was unemployed. At that time duration, he was a teaching assistant and usually he used to give private lessons. He was a patent officer also in Bern. Other people were not busy in their work, but Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. One of the famous papers of 1905, there was a special theory of relativity being published by Einstein, according to which it has been said that time and distance are not absolute, and they are two perfectly accurate clocks will not continue to show the same time, because of which we have got the relationship between mass and energy, and that is a mathematical equation. Over here a quote has been given by Albert Einstein saying that when you sit with a nice girl for 2 hours, it seems like 2 minutes. When you sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes, it seems like 2 hours. That's relativity. While Einstein was solving the most difficult problems in physics, his private life was unraveling. Albert had wanted to marry Mileva right after finishing his studies, but his mother was against it. She thought Mileva, who was 3 years older than her son, was too old for him. She was also bothered by Mileva's intelligence. "She is a book like you," his mother said. Einstein put the wedding off. Now, when Einstein was really very busy and was solving the most difficult problems in physics, his private life was a bit in a trouble, was failing at some end. Albert wanted to marry Mileva, but his mother disapproved this thing because Mileva was 3 years older than Albert. And we can say that her mother was a bit jealous or bothered about Mileva's intelligence. And she used to say that both Mileva and Albert were like books. So Einstein put off the wedding. The pair finally married in January 1903 and had 2 sons, but a few years later the marriage faltered. Mileva, meanwhile, was losing her intellectual ambition and becoming an unhappy housewife. After years of constant fighting, the couple finally divorced in 1919. Einstein married his cousin Elsa the same year. Now, Mileva and Albert got married in January and they had 2 sons, but after a few years, their marriage have become really very weak, their relationship, because Mileva was also very intellectual girl with high ambitions, and she was eventually unhappy in becoming a housewife. So the couple finally took divorce in 1919, and the same year Einstein married his cousin Elsa. Einstein's new personnel chapter coincides with his rise to the world fame. In 1915, he had published his general theory of relativity, which provided a new interpretation of gravity. An eclipse of the sun in 1919 brought proof that it was accurate. Einstein had correctly calculated in advance the extent to which the light from fixed stars would be deflected through the sun's gravitational field. The newspapers proclaimed his work as a scientific revolution. Einstein received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. He was showered with honors and invitations from all over the world and lauded by the press. So, over here, in the year 1915, first time his general theory of relativity was published, and then he gave a new interpretation of gravity. The year 1919 was, we can say, really good for him because everything was now in its proper place. The newspaper also proclaimed his work a scientific revolution. He received the Nobel Prize for Physics in the year 1921, and he was being honored and invited from all over the world. When the Nazi came to power in Germany in 1933, Einstein immigrated to United States. 5 years later, the discovery of nuclear fission in Berlin had American physicists in an uproar. Many of them had fled from fascism, just as Einstein had, and now they were afraid the Nazis would build and use an atomic bomb. At the urging of a colleague, Einstein wrote a letter to the American President Franklin D. Roosevelt on 2nd August 1939, in which he warned a single bomb of this type exploded in a port might very well destroy the whole port together with some of the surrounding territory. His words did not fail to have an effect. The Americans developed the atomic bomb in a secret project of their own and dropped it on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. So now over here we are talking about the year 1933 when Nazis came into the power in Germany. and Einstein immigrated to United States. At that time, he saw that many Americans were also afraid. So, with urging of one of his colleague, Einstein wrote a letter to the American president Franklin D. Roosevelt, and Albert warned him in the letter saying that this sort of atomic nuclear energy bomb, if that could destroy the whole port or a certain territory. Americans took an opportunity and they also developed an atomic bomb in a secret project, and they dropped on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of the destruction. This time he wrote a public missive to the United Nations. In it, he proposed the formation of world government. Unlike the letter to Roosevelt, this one made no impact. But over the next decade, Einstein got ever more involved in politics, agitation for an end to the arms build-up, and using his popularity to campaign for peace and democracy. When Einstein died in 1955 at the age of 76, he was celebrated as a visionary and world citizen as much as a scientific genius. So over here, when he saw that this sort of Americans developed the atomic bomb and under a secret project, and they have dropped it on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, he was deeply shaken by the extent how destruction could take place. So now, instead of writing down to the president, he wrote an public open letter to the United Nations that he proposed that a formation of world government should be taken. But usually this did not create more impact. But over the next decade, Einstein got more involved in politics, and he ended up to arms building up, using his popularity to campaign for peace and democracy. When Einstein was 76 years old, in the year 1955, he died, and he was celebrated as a visionary and the world citizen as much as a scientific genius. So, this is all about a great personality, Albert Einstein, in a chapter, A Truly Beautiful Mind. So, thank you for watching and have a nice day. If you have still doubts and difficulties, you can comment down in the comment section below. Thank you everyone and have a nice day.